Hi guys, hi everyone. It's me, Ghost Girl again. A, a massive change of film location here. Where I'm currently living and obviously the neighbourhood that I was living in, and all the neighbours are so nosy, it's unbelievable. So I've had to change location. I'm currently in the woods. Because it's really the only place I could get privacy to film a video. So what I had to do to get here, it's quite a journey. I had to walk through my estate, and I had to keep an eye out in case any police or that were cutting about, and were because they've been cutting about and they've been pulling people up and arresting people for being outside. So I have to be kind of careful and watch where I'm going. All the noises you can hear are kind of woodland noises and stuff. There is a kind of motorway near where this woods, so that's probably all the noises that you're hearing in the background. So basically I had to cut through the scheme, go through, I had to walk past the main road, which was kind of scary considering everything that's going on. Then I had to cut through another scheme, and it's kind of an alleyway that goes all the way across the scheme, so I was able to cut through that. And then I had to go up a public path into the woods, and what I had to do to get through this bit is I had to go off the path, and I've had to kind of go deep into the woods, and I'm kind of just behind a bush. So today I was hoping to talk to you about my annoying neighbours. This one particular neighbour I'm going to talk about is a lady named Eileen, or I currently know her as Psycho Eileen, because she was a nutter. She turned out to be an even bigger nutter, and well, just thank God she's not living down the stairs from us anymore. So where I live, it's kind of a flat. You've got kind of one house, it's a 2-story flat, and then it's you've got two apartments on each floor, and then you've got the top floor, so it's and then you've got two on either side of the apartment hallway, so it's two kind of bits on each floor, and then there's the ground floor and then my floor. So I live on the floor 1, and Psycho Eileen lived on the ground floor, and she lived not below me but the flat in the apartment across from below me. So basically we used to call her the Grim Reaper because of what she was used to do. Well, I never called her that, my mum did. So basically, she used to cut about in this big long black raincoat, and cause she was kind of small, the raincoat used to trail onto the ground, and she used to cut about, and it was it was really long sleeved. It was it kind of went across all the way down to her, past her hands, and she used to cut about with the hood up, and she wore this raincoat throughout the year, year round, cutting about in a black raincoat. So it would be I'm saying it's a raincoat, but to be honest it was more of a kind of anorak thing, but it was it would be 20 plus degrees outside. That's in centigrade. Don't ask me what that is in Fahrenheit, I have no idea. We don't really use Fahrenheit. Where in Scotland it's Celsius. You can get things online that tell you Fahrenheit, Celsius, what they mean. It's easy to find. Just Google it, Fahrenheit, Celsius, and Google 20 degrees Celsius, and then you'll get that in Fahrenheit. But it'd be like 20 plus degrees, and she'd be like cutting about in a roasting hot summer's day with this like anorak thing on. And I know in some countries like 20 degrees isn't like that warm, that's probably just like a normal day for you, but in Scotland like that is like really hot, like really hot. So like 20 degrees here is like a roasting hot summer's day. So basically she'd be cutting about in this anorak, and then she'd have this like wee tool. Well, I say a wee tool, it was like this big long kind of tool, and it was like a sharp kind of pointy blade that was like on a kind of long wooden like stick, but it was like painted black. So and then it didn't help that she was like very pale in complexion, like her skin was like almost pure white, so her appearance like didn't help. And then she'd come up to me or my mum and be like, guess who's died? She'll be like, hang me's died. And mum was like, who are they? And then she'd be like, oh, you know, you would have went to school with her shoes. And then the lassie would be like 5 or 6 like years older than my mum. And my mum was like, oh no, Eileen, I didn't go to school with her. I would have left school. Or she would have left school by the time I started. And then she was like, oh yes you do, you're that amazing, that amazing. She'd make out all this connection and be like, oh, she knows this person, that person. And then my mum wouldn't know who the hell she was talking about. And she'd just come up to us and tell us like every single person like in the town that we live that's died. Not even just genuine people that have died. She'll just come up and tell us, oh, guess who died today? And this was like every single day she'd like come and tell us like someone new that had died. And yeah, my mum was kind of creeped out by this. I just kind of tried to ignore her. Didn't really bother me so much because I always thought like she had like mental health issues or something, and this was just her like way. So I just like kind of just brushed it away from myself and just kind of tried to ignore her. But she really went kind of senile after that. So basically what happened is Eileen had a daughter, Lelaine, and Lelaine was kind of like in her 30s, and Lelaine and Eileen were both into drugs, like really badly into drugs. So I'm saying that she could have had mental health issues, but then it might have been the drugs that made her like that. So possibly, yeah, I think it was the drugs. Her and her mum, I couldn't tell you exactly what it took. I know Lelaine took heroin, and I think she took Valium too, and I think Eileen took Valium. I really don't know what else they took, but I know that they were really into the drug scene, and I think Eileen was actually dealing, because we'd have like a lot of like strange people like wandering about like the flats and stuff, and just it was really weird. And then we had like a few problems. We've had like a few drug problems like in my area before. There was like people. Oh, a deer! 2 deer! Oh! I'm sorry, I just got distracted. I was just like sitting talking, and then there was like 2 deer just came running past. Oh, it's not. We're really deep in the woods now. It's not. Oh, there it is there. The deer. Oh, it's gone now. They're really fast, the deer. Like, I'd get it on camera for you guys if I could, but they're that fast. There's another one. 2 more. Oh, they were just like babies. Oh, the wee deer. Wow, we're really deep into the woods now. There's hundreds of these deer. So they just kind of whiz past. I've not really got before I can get the camera to show you guys, they kind of just go. They're that fast. Yeah, so sorry about that, the deer. Then what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the drugs. So she had there was a lot of drug issues in the area. People would smoke with dope in our close, and we found heroin and that in the close. We'd go into the close and there'd be what's it called? I want to say a pot pipe. I don't really know much about drugs or that, but it was a bong. Aye, a bong. We found a bong in the close with weed in it, and then weed in the close and a joint and stuff. So we had a lot of kind of drug problems in our flat. I think what they were doing is they were buying the stuff from Eileen and Lorraine, and then they were taking it in the flat. I think that's what happened. So yeah, it was just really messed up. They were so I think Eileen was maybe selling weed as well as Valium and whatever other drug. So, oh yeah, heroin. So that was happening, and then Eileen also had a son named James, and James used to have an old dog called Boost, and we had a lot of nightmares with him, because he used to pee on all the plants that my mum used to plant, and then all our plants would die, and it would really annoy her. And I know it's just a dog and he can't help wherever he pees or whatever, but really Eileen and Lorraine should have been taking better care of him and not let him pee on the plants. They should have really been taking him outside somewhere to do that, not on my mum's plants. They could have. We've got a drying green area, and if they let him poo or pee there, it wouldn't have mattered so much if he pooed or peed in the drying green area, because it's the drying green area is just where you hang your laundry or that, so there's no plants or that would have died. None of my mum's plants or that would have died if they just had him poo or pee there, and kept an eye on them instead of letting them wander around and that. But anyway, they had that nightmare dog, and then it died, and then James went away and got a puppy. Oh, and what a nightmare that was. So me and my mum were on a day out to Balmaha. Don't ask me what happened in Balmaha, I can't even remember that day. All I can remember is this thing about the dog. So we were on our day out to Balmaha, and we came back, and then Eileen and Lorraine and one of the local junkies was sitting in the back garden on, they've got tables and chairs that they've got outside. We don't have private gardens. Our flat, it's got basically a big kind of square of grass, and then you've got the drying greens, which kind of everyone shares between 4 things of people. It is a nightmare, and this is why I don't film in my garden, because there just isn't enough privacy in the garden, because you're sharing it between 4 different things, and anyone can just you can just be out in the garden and anyone can just peer into your window and kind of look out. I don't really know, I'm not really that friendly with the neighbours where I live. Up the stairs, next door, there's students, and they just kind of cause problems and that where we live. My mum doesn't like them. She's always having arguments and that with them. Then we've got old Jack. He's kind of caused a lot of problems too where we live. My mum gets on alright with him, but I don't know, I don't really like him. Then the only really decent neighbour we've got in that block of flats is Denise. She like takes the rubbish out and that, and well, that's really the only thing she does to help, but it's better than the other previous tenants that have been living in the flats. So basically what happened with the puppy was that the puppy ran up to me and I was stroking it and that, and then Eileen was like to me, oh, do you want to play with the puppy hen? And I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever, because I was about 13 at the time, and it was just kind of like, oh, a puppy. No, it's like at that age. So she let me play with this puppy, and she had like a few toys and that for the puppy, and I was just playing with it, and then I don't really know how this happened because I had my back faced, and then I had like a kind of pull rope, and then I was just walking, and I had the pull rope kind of up like that, and then I don't know what happened. I think the puppy must have tried to jump to catch the pull rope. Like, I didn't really see what happened because I had my back to them. I had my back to the dog. Like, the dog was like just kind of running, and then I was just kind of walking with like the pull rope, and then next thing you know, I was like walking, and then I just kind of heard like a screech, and then so I turned around, and then like the puppy was like lying next to me, and then I was just like, what's going on? And then the next thing you know, like Eileen and Lorraine start like screaming and shouting at me, and then they carry the puppy into the house, and Mum's like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, Mum, I don't know what's going on. I was just playing outside with the puppy, and then like I had the pull rope like in my hand like that, and then I just heard like a kind of screech, and then it was like lying next to me. So then that happened, and then it just caused like a big massive argument between the neighbours. Like, they were like, Eileen and her daughter were like screaming abuse at me, and then their wee junkie pal was just kind of sitting there like no really caring what to do and all that. She was just sitting there, and then my mum came out and was like, what you doing shouting at her? She's 13-year-old, like, and you're like in your like 60s, and like your daughter's like 30. What are you doing like shouting at my 13-year-old daughter for? And they had like a big massive argument like out in the back garden, and I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was literally just walking with this rope, and then like so then they were arguing outside for like 20-30 minutes, and then Eileen and her daughter like kind of stormed off into the house, and then well, my mum was like talking to Denise downstairs, and then she told Denise what had happened, and then Denise was like saying that they were behaving shockingly, and she didn't understand what like all that was about. And then like what happened was all the neighbours just kind of stopped like taking anything to do with her, because she started like behaving like really oddly after that. Like, I think because no one was like speaking to her because of like the way she was behaving and that, I think she went kind of senile. So what happened was she started like wandering about outside, screaming and that, and shouting stuff. And then one time I was at school, and my mum was on her lunch break, and she came home, and Eileen was like screaming and shouting out in the backyard, and she was screaming, I'm the lady in red, and I live in a castle, and stuff like that. And then she was trying to shout to stuff like at the neighbour and that, and then the neighbours like next to her that live like in a house next to her were just kind of staring at her as if to say like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you mental? And then like I think what eventually happened was like she started like screaming and shouting stuff in the streets, and then like folk complained about it at the council, but the council couldn't really do anything. They were like, until you like report it to the police, we can't do anything. And I think there was like a big massive like protest to get her out, because they didn't really want her living there anymore, because she was just causing like too much trouble, like going to the neighbours' houses, wandering into their houses, screaming and shouting like abuse at them and all that. It was just mental. Like she kind of just lost the plot after that, and the council had that many complaints about her that what eventually happened was that she got the council like moved her away into like a kind of like disabled person's bungalow, and she's basically been, her and her daughter basically and her son have basically been moving, have like moved, and they went over there, and I think we were just kind of, when they left, I think we were just kind of relieved that it was all over, because like, and I think the whole story that I'm discussing, like it wasn't just like a few months or a few years, this went over like the course of years. So all of the people like where I live had to put up with this for like years and years. And I think everyone was like relieved when she got like moved away, because at least then it like wasn't like we wouldn't need to put up with all this anymore. And I think when she finally got that disabled bungalow like with the council, I think we were just relieved that she was gone. So that is the story of Psycho Eileen. I do have more stories about my neighbours, my awful neighbours, because where I live isn't a very nice area. It's kind of dodgy, but I'm putting up with it until, well, don't know what's going to happen with this virus, but hopefully I get through it. Hopefully I pass my college course and I can find a job, or I've applied for a university, so I'll maybe hopefully get into uni, but I don't know. I'm hoping, I was going to take a gap year, but that's out the window, so I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but hopefully things get better soon, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you want to hear more stories about my neighbours, then comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.